As we mark 22 years since the events of September 11th, we're paying tribute to the heroes who gave the ultimate sacrifice that day. But even in 2023, lives still being lost in what can only be described as a ripple effect from those terrorist attacks. Heather Ward lost her husband, Danny Ward, a little more than 3 years ago. The retired NYPD officer died suddenly in 2020 after battling PTSD and breathing problems. Danny Ward worked for months in Lower Manhattan after the attacks. His autopsy reportedly showed evidence of emphysema.
Yeah, Heather Ward joins us now to share his story. Heather, thank you. We're sorry for your loss. And in thinking and reflecting about today and the effects and the impacts that this day had, 22 years ago in 2001. I wanted to bring this up before we talk right about Danny, because a lot of people may not know that first responder deaths from post 9/11 illnesses are reportedly nearing the same number as the same day of the firefighters, the police officers that died that day, somewhere between 300 and 400 right there. Talk to us about Danny and his work in Lower Manhattan after the attacks. I know you said he started having breathing problems, but didn't get help for this. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Sure. Danny started having issues in 2016. He went to the family doctor, and the family doctor sent him for x-rays, chest x-rays, noticed a change in his breathing, gave him an antibiotic, and then Danny stopped really kind of addressing it. The other issues that he was struggling with prevented him from seeking help.
We understand, again, dealing with PTSD and then additionally those breathing issues. Heather, can you talk to us about the challenges that maybe some families face when it comes to the first responders who were immediately called to action? They were willing to serve and to work in the area of where the Twin Towers collapsed. What are maybe things people don't realize about what's going on behind the scenes?
One of the things that we're struggling with is getting the VCF to accept the paperwork that we've submitted on behalf of Danny.
And so you're continuing to somehow, you're obviously there, you're needing these funds. You have a teenage son as well, who's part of the Tuesday's Children Outreach. Can you talk about that?
Tuesday's Children has been wonderful. Danny worked with a police officer who later went on to become a firefighter. And after Danny died, he reached out and said, I have an organization for you that would be great for Andrew, great for you. And honestly, Tuesday's Children has been amazing. Andrew has a mentor. He spends time with Jim twice a month, 4 to 6 hours each time they get together. They build me bird boxes and flower boxes, and they're going to be going fishing soon. And honestly, Andrew, my son, is doing so well. And I really believe in part due to Tuesday's Children.
And it's an organization. It offers support for families that have been impacted by terrorism, by military conflict, or mass violence. So, of course, any family that would have been directly impacted by 9/11 with young children would qualify for this sort of assistance and this program that would provide a sort of resource. Can you talk to us, Heather, about what it's been like just to look back, 22 years ago? So much has changed since what happened in 2001. What stands out to you the most about maybe those who answer the call to be public servants and choose to serve as first responders?
Danny and I were together a year when when everything happened. And I think what stands out to me the most is people's willingness to answer the call. Just everybody still wants to help and get involved.
Absolutely, a unifying moment on that day. Thinking back, not only right after the attacks, but all the ferries, all the boats in the area, the ships that were able to come in to get people off of Lower Manhattan. A lot of people don't remember that they were trapped at that time. And still, even to this day, only 60% of those that were killed on that day are identified. And then there's so many first responders that answered the call, like your husband, is still suffering and suffered, again, tragically, again, from the effects of 9/11. And we appreciate that. Our hearts go out to you, Heather. Best to you and your son. It sounds like a bright young man with a bright future. Heather Ward joining us. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
You're welcome.